They called Kendrick a Grammy darling.
Welcome back to Marcus at Work Media. So we got Joe Budden talking about the Grammys coming up this year, and he feels that Kendrick Lamar don't need to win any Grammys this year because Chance the Rapper, Clips, and some other people should be getting some shine. So therefore, it should not be a sweep like last year with the Grammys.
Kendrick got to move. Kendrick got to get to the back of the line and share the stage.
We
already gave you
about that
9 versions of every award.
That's why I don't think you're gonna get it.
We're not being honest about Kendrick's album, man.
I never like
We
the way
talking
y'all
over
did.
each other. We talking over each other.
So it's Chance. So one of the people are saying that Chance's album is better than G and X, which I drastically disagree. I mean, I like Chance's album. He did great work. However, I more lean towards G and X.
Grammy time.
Oh yeah, I seen him with Album of the Year going around. Album of the Year, and it's a with respect, it's a fight between GNX and the Clips.
For hip hop album of the year?
Yeah.
Rap album of the year.
Tyler is nominated. Who
No
else?
one's nominated yet. I just voted stopped October 15th. I just voted the other day.
Really?
Can I just say,
Kendrick is and has been Chance. I'm not gonna say
I ain't hear you say
I said Kendrick's Grammy darling.
He is, but he earns it though. It ain't like he's just whatever.
What you about to say about his album?
I don't think it aged as well as people would like to think it did. Don't get me wrong. I like it. I
still listen to that album.
It's my least favorite of his albums.
It's my second favorite.
You like Mr. Morale better?
I do.
You like To Pimp a... No, man.
To Pimp a Butterfly is my favorite album of his.
I got it.
So
I'll leave it alone.
But don't get me wrong. It's still a dope album. And I'm not trying to step on it in that way. But as far as we talking about just how it grew on me, I'm not really running back to listening to it. I hear me listening to this Chance album and this Clips album way more than I'll ever go back to this GNX.
I'm gonna listen to shit.
What up, where's your boy Charles Brown back again, talking facts. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe, hit notification bell, keep sending those Cashaps to CLBMG. Join the membership gang. Listen, I've been hearing this for at least a day and a half, maybe 2 days straight. I've been listening to this clip. I've listened to it several times, and it has caused an uproar online, gang. This thing is one of the fastest moving, most debatable quotes in a very long time. It's all over Twitter. Even the guy Imani, who is a co-host on the Joe Budden show, who was a part of the rhetoric of calling Kendrick a Grammy darling. He didn't say it, but he is now on Twitter strenuously defending himself, saying that he used to, or when he did support Kendrick, you guys had nothing to say. And now that he's criticizing Kendrick, you guys have everything to say. It is a double-edged sword in his mind to speak on Kendrick in one way or the other, because you get flack either way. Now, I want to have this conversation because, for first things first, let's just start here at the start. I myself, just like Joe Budden and a lot of other people, am a podcaster that gives his opinions on things such as hip-hop, Kendrick Lamar, Drake, Beanie Siegel, and anybody else in the culture, right? The culture moves a certain way, and we as I'm not gonna say influencers, but YouTubers, right? And podcasters and things of that nature, we move with the culture and we give our opinion accordingly. Now, the last thing on earth I'm going to do is tell these men that they are not entitled to their opinion. So first things first, if they like GNX, don't like GNX, this, that, and the third, you are entitled to your opinion. But at the end of the day, when you guys are speaking for the culture, you got to understand what the culture is feeling, right? So for Joe Budden to say, first of all, to say you're a Grammy darling, that's kind of condescending. First of all, when you're saying that, you're basically discrediting the work he's put in to become the Grammy darling that you're calling him. It's almost a backwards compliment, a backhanded compliment to try to say he's a Grammy's darling as if he didn't earn it, as if he's getting something handed to him at this point. Like it's like the Taylor Swift effect. Remember when Taylor Swift was winning all those awards and people got tired of her and they started to call her little things? It's the same thing, Grammy darling or whatever you want to call it, da-da-da-da. He's almost saying that Kendrick is a Taylor Swift right now of the Grammys. Well, I don't know how Kendrick could be anything in compared to a Taylor Swift, right? Because I don't see this. I don't see the resemblance. Let's just start there. And I don't see him racking up awards after awards for bubblegum pop music. I don't see that. So first things first, I believe that Kendrick is, in the words of Joe Budden, the Grammys darling, because he puts in enough work to be considered for those Grammys. And when they hear his work, because they got to listen to all the stuff that's nominated, gang, believe it or not, right? And I know they don't always listen to everything, but at the end of the day, they're listening to Kendrick. And for Joe Budden to kind of dismiss and wave his hand and say he's the Grammys darling, it's almost insinuating that he doesn't belong in the space that he is, right? It's really a backhanded way to say, I'm tired of this guy winning. I'm tired of seeing him walking up, getting his awards. He already swept last year. But guess what, Joe? This is called the culture. It's called competition, right? I know everybody got something to say about Chance and everybody got something to say about the Clips and everybody got something to say about Tyler, the Creator. Everybody has their preference. But guess what? They don't vote on the person, one guy's preference. It's called a vote of I believe it's a couple hundred people who vote on those Grammys, right? They don't have one guy deciding this. It's going to be a group of people. And what we as the culture have decided, just like everybody's coming at Imani, they're coming at Joe Budden, they're coming at whoever else was involved, Ish, Ice, whoever else was involved in this conversation, because the culture has decided they want Kendrick to win these awards. They have issues with this. And I see a lot of people jumping in it. First of all, every Drake Stan page and What's the Dirt and everybody else has something to say about it because they're trying to, they have a constant, they're constantly trying to slander and blur the lines and mess up this man's name. So they jumped in feet first to put their spin on things and try to make it like, here we go again. You guys are anointing Kendrick without even any cause or just due, right? So we're seeing that the culture is responding negatively, right? Like I told you, Imani had to write a post, right? And I could put the post up, but Imani is out there defending it, and what they're doing is sharing his post and downing the Kendrick fans for attacking him. Well, guess what? It ain't necessarily Kendrick fans. This is the culture speaking. And I know Joe understands this because he does these things for engagement. But at this point right now, I believe it was somebody who else said it that you can't. Oh, it was What's the Dirt? Where you can't criticize him. Da da da. We are in a very toxic time right now, right? Gang, we are in a time where everything is hyperbolic and it's extremely volatile right now. So when you criticize Kendrick at this point in time, the culture, we're not having it. The culture is not fond on people coming with an adverse opinion when they know most people like GNX over all them albums you're talking about. Right? It's just a fact. Some stuff is conjecture. Most stuff, when you look at the big picture, most people are going to say, first of all, most people ain't even going to hear Chance's album. Let's just be honest. Let's start there. They're not going to hear Chance's album over GNX. So that's the starting point, right? And Homeboy, I think it was either Ish or Ice or one of these guys. He was like, it's going to be shunned. First of all, it ain't getting shunned if the shit got nominated. And so let's start there. Everybody can't win, gang, right? How Benny the Butcher say, everybody can't go. To get nominated is enough, right? To get nominated is enough. You can't say he got shunned if he's going to be going from right now to all the way up to the Grammys time with his name in the running for album of the year or rap album of the year or whatever it is. That's not shunned. Now you can say shut out. I remember Jay-Z went to the Grammys, had his suit on, him and Beyonce sat there. Jay-Z was up for 10 awards, won 0. That's shut out. That was a tough night. I'm sure Jay-Z was like, damn, they ain't never did this to you, boy. I ain't never showing up here again. Gang. So that happens. That's called a shutout. That's not shunned. He damn sure wasn't shunned. They let him in there. They gave him a seat, him and his wife, right? So he wasn't shunned. He just sat there and didn't win any awards because the committee, right? And the committee has expanded it since then. They've made it more versatile, more diverse, more of your peers that are voting are going to be involved in the rap category, and this, that, and the third. So it's not like it used to be when they used to say, oh, Grammy's so white, this, that, and the third. So now you got an even more eclectic council, for lack of a better word, that's voting on these Grammys. right? So if that council decides that G and X, I don't care when the shit came out, if they're saying that that's the best one over Chance, over the Clips, over Tyler, over whoever else, because I don't know if Malcolm Moore might be back in the shit. I have no idea. But if they're saying that G and X is the best one, far be it from you to say he's one too many. It's called competition, gang. This is the culture. The culture's still saying they like G and X, right? They still saying that Kendrick is the biggest rapper in this culture right now, right? We're not talking about the bubble bath rapper because he's not in the culture no more. We traded him in for Judge Jeanette Vargas that dismissed the lawsuit. We traded Drake. We traded Drake in for the judge. So Drake not in the culture no more. So the biggest rapper in the culture right now is Kendrick Lamar. The culture has decided that. So if the culture is happy with him getting this award, it ain't going to be many people that's saying he don't deserve it. And I get it. We get fatigue. We get that Taylor Swift fatigue where it's like, yo, he winning again. It's that Tom Brady effect. You know how everybody knows Tom Brady's the GOAT, but Tom Brady was considered and is considered the GOAT, but he gets a lot of hate for that. He gets a lot of hate, just like Patrick Mahomes is starting to get a lot of hate. People like, I don't want to see this again. Homeboy like, yo, how many Super Bowls is it now? We still got to watch this MFer, right? My niece is like, she was like 10 and she was like, I don't like his face. Like, she's sick of seeing him, gang. So I get it. You get fatigued when these people win and it's win, right? Remember the movie in The Breakfast Club? He was like, win. That's all I gotta do is win. That's what you're here for, competition, right? Kendrick not asking for these awards. He's just doing his music. He's putting in the work, and his team submits the awards. And then whatever happens at that point happens. But Joe Budden is getting to that point where I think Joe Budden is fatigued. I think Joe Budden is speaking for Joe Budden saying, yo, Kendrick got to step aside. No, ain't nobody got to step aside, gang. That's not how this works, gang. Remember all them years that Jay had it, right? All them summers, Dear Summer, all them summers that everybody, Jay was in. Remember it got to a point where they start saying that Jay-Z should get out the way? Y'all remember that? Did y'all remember that? That it got to the point that they was considering Jay-Z in the way. He's in the way of everybody. If he step out the way, the young guys could wear the young guys. You got to take that. Ain't no getting out the way. Ain't nobody sliding out the way for nobody. It's more than enough space out here for everybody. So I'm looking at the situation. Your opinion is your opinion. That's one thing. But when you start saying he's a Grammy darling, you're trying to tarnish it. You're trying to take away from his wins. Now, if he does win, guess what the hashtag gonna be? Guess what the quote gonna be? Oh, there's the Grammy darling, right? They already with this nonsense. So Kendrick just opened his mouth, right? Someone hand him a Grammy right now. They already started with that already. So this is why it's so volatile. This is why Imani and Joe Budden and everybody else is getting this level of hate and attack, because it's very touchy out here, gang. I don't know if you see Twitter. I don't know if you see on X. These motherfuckers is all day, all night. They really nasty. They got a lot. They do a lot of plotting. They do a lot of campaigns that are highly the money going out for these campaigns for these guys. I went on my Twitter tonight, gang. It was like I wanted to shut it off because it's so much going on with. It's so many accounts, non-stop. This has to be a multi-million-dollar campaign. It's so many accounts pushing the same narratives. They're pushing this Kendrick narratives about this Grammys. They're pushing this narrative that he doesn't have any he doesn't have any songs on the Hot 100 Billboard, which is a whole other topic we're going to get into. But they're running with that. Kendrick has no songs in the Billboard. They're leaving out key information. They're just writing that sentence and posting it. Right? Kendrick Lamar no longer has any songs in the Hot 100, the Billboard Hot 100. Well, after 81 weeks, right, they removed the songs from there. He has the longest running rap music on there ever, right? That's the record he got right now when they removed it, right? But at the end of the day, the Drake fans don't care about that. The people that's trying to sabotage his success don't care about that. They're writing one line, tweet it, bang. And then guess what goes under there? All of the people that want to see him fail, that want to see this, they want to get this little blurb and repost it and say, I told you he couldn't do it without that boy, right? That's what's going on, Joe. Joe, it's a real war out here in these online streets, these social media streets. So when you say something negative, yeah, people going to respond adversely because they're real touchy about it. It's really a fight out here. It's a lot of misinformation, a lot of people talking a lot of shit, and they're not filling in the gaps. They're not telling you the full story. They're taking little blurbs and they're running with it, and they're trying to. There's a full-on campaign to bring the bubble bath rapper back, gang. I just saw a post tonight that said, "Can you see it? Don't you feel a shift?" Right? They are in full force, gang. It is day and night, constantly. The whole plan is, completely and constantly attack K. Dot endlessly, 24 hours a day, and on the other hand, completely and admiringly post nonstop about Drake and what he's got and what he's doing and what he's going to do. It's I'm not gonna say it's working. I'm not gonna say it's working, but it's feeding the machine that they want to feed. That makes it feel like the Kendrick's grip is slipping, because Kendrick don't get out. He's not paying people to post for him, this, that, and third. So he's not making any type of actual movement online to support me. That the movement is already there. The other guy is actively paying, actively making sure things are said and done at all times, day and night. I could count. I need 5 hands to count how many accounts that are constantly posting how great this guy is and the boy, da da da. So it's a fight out here, Joe. So when you say shit like he don't deserve nothing else, now guess what? All that talking and all that nonsense they said on that, I'm not gonna say nonsense, but I'm gonna say all that opinions they said on that thing, they didn't state that Drake is actually submitted too, right? They didn't say that they wanted his stuff to win, this, that, and the third. So end of the day, you got to remember, he's involved with this too. And with all this nonsense about, yo, Kendrick, you divided up with Joe's voice is big. So when that podcast goes viral and the Grammy selectors start hearing this stuff, they be like, you know what, he got a point. Maybe we shouldn't give it to Kendrick. So they start dispersing the votes all over the place, right? And then they hitting them all over, bomb, bomb, bomb. And then you look up and your boy Drake walks up to the thing, or he's not going to the Grammys because he's boycotting it. But when they look up, it's so all over the place that damn one random, allegedly the one song that he submitted for rap song of the year or rap album, whatever, it wasn't rap album, it's rap song of the year. Allegedly that Party Next Door submitted Drake against his knowledge, right, against his will, because he didn't want to be submitted. Well, you fuck around and get that dude up there accepting rap song of the year or some shit like that, right? So then what? Now, all the dissension out there, this is why people so staunch on this. People don't want no nonsense. This is how you got he who shall not be named in office. A whole lot of chaos and confusion. So you guys got a huge voice out there, and when you say things, people listen. So the problem with it was you guys were saying some erroneous stuff. A lot of people do not feel that Chance album was better than GNX, and they told y'all in no uncertain terms. And we all love the Clips. I would be either way if the Clips or Kendrick win. I'd be fine either way. But the problem was when you start talking about this man like he's won enough, he's done enough, you tired of seeing him, that's where the problem came in, right? The Grammy darling comment, that's not really what people mad about, because they know that that's a backhanded compliment, and we get that. So some people are like, yo, you call him a Grammy darling, but they know what that really means. You're trying to discredit what he's done, the work he's done, right? Oh, it's my second, third best album of his whole discography. That has nothing to do with anything. That has nothing to do with nothing. The fact of the matter is, right now, the culture is saying that is the best album that we got right now, 2025, even though it came out in 2024. So your that entire narrative that you guys were spewing goes against what the culture's feeling, right? Ain't you guys supposed to be a hip-hop platform? You're going against what the culture's feeling. I don't hear nobody but these guys. I'm just, no disrespect to Chance, right? And I'm halfway through the album. I'm going to finish the shit, right? I'm not going to say it's bad, good, or different because I haven't finished it. But I don't hear the culture saying we need that Chance to win. So the entire narrative that you guys are spewing is in the minority when it comes to this culture. So you're sitting there like, yo, the album going to get shunned. Yo, it's a shame that people go, why? Why is it a shame? If GNX is selected by the culture, why is it a shame that Chance ain't? Like, make it make sense. And I get it. There's nothing wrong with Chance. And people need to hear Chance if it's a really good record like you guys are saying. But at the end of the day, if Chance is supposed to be anointed by the culture, then he will be. You can support the Chance record without saying, well, GNX, it ain't aged well and it ain't as dope as everybody's making it out to be. Now you're downing it. And that's where the problem come in. When you guys started to down the record, that's when everybody started to be like, huh, what's going on? Huh? Shaggy? Right? Like, people started to feel like, bro, you're trying to make it like the more you guys talk, it started to slip. GNX started to slip more and more down. Damn near don't need to be in the nominations. It would have sounded like after a while, I started being like, damn, if I didn't know no better, I'd be like, yo, why is this shit even nominated? Everything on here better than it. It It's at least best body of work. It ain't as good as people making it. It didn't age well. Like, come on, gang. Like, at some point, just because you guys have heard it, it's been out for, it's almost, I think we only got a few more days before this shit is a year old. So I get it that it's a year old. And I'm sure you guys were going nuts up when that shit dropped, right? So at the end of the day, you can't take it from them because it's been a long time, right? Rock him, right? I shouldn't have left you, right? Just because it's been a long time, it's still in the running, it's still in the window to be nominated, and it's still in the window to win, right? So what you guys are, you're displaying, and at some point, it do look like hate, gang, because it went from, okay, we just going to talk about the nominees, to it started to be like, I'm going to down that shit. I'm going to kind of like say little stuff and stack bricks on it till the shit can't swim. At some point, it became, yo, bro, are y'all dead ass right now? Like, low key, it sounds like y'all trying to make a case that the album is stale and that everything that came out after it is better. If you listen to these guys talk, it's like Tyler's better, Eclipse is better, everything better. Well, the people don't agree with you, and that's why they on your ass, right? End of the day, best man wins, gang. That's how this works. That's how it always gonna work. You don't get to cry your way into the damn MTV Awards and win it. Like, it don't work like that, gang. You don't get a moon man because you weeping, gang. End of the day, y'all dudes gotta realize, okay, you can say what you want, Your opinion is your opinion. I'm gonna be the last person to tell you you can't have your opinion, right? But your opinion at some point, you guys got a really big platform. Your opinion at some point could sway some people's minds, right? Which is whatever, like it is what it is. But at the end of the day, you gotta understand, when you guys start saying stuff like, it ain't age well, this, that, and the third, which is fine for you to feel that way, but you're gonna trigger people who are constantly getting attacked every single day just for liking the man. Just for liking the man. People are attacking people. It's a whole war. It's a war going on outside, son. It's a whole war out there. So every time people hear the attacks, motherfuckers got PTSD right now, gang. Like, we shaky right now. Like, listen, what the fuck? We shaky right now, gang. This is why we react like this. This is why we come in swarms, because we see where this shit goes. Right? We see how they take a narrative. I told you, they'll take one sentence from the whole shit, blurb it, and now that's the truth. We've been fighting a lie for a whole year and a half. Fighting nothing but lies. We just saw the damn case get dropped, the damn lawsuit full of bullshit, right? This motherfucker made a lawsuit based on Twitter posts and academics freaking misinformation, academics TV misinformation. He went to court with that shit. These are the people we've been fighting for a year and a half, gang. So no, Joe, you don't do that, gang. Like, no, don't do that, gang, right? So it's like, listen, we need to be clear. We need to be clear. The culture did not choose Chance. Sorry to tell you, right? Chance had his chance to be as big as Kendrick, if not bigger. Chance been around. This motherfucker ain't come out yesterday. He ain't no goddamn rookie. It ain't like we ain't never heard of this motherfucker. Okay? Chance been on that damn show with The Voice and everything. Chance was on Hustle and Flow. So Chance been around. Chance has a big platform. We know who he is, gang. We heard of him. He's on a little guy named Kanye's record, The Life of Pablo. We've heard of Chance. So this motherfucker has the culture is aware. And they're still choosing Kendrick. He's not the little guy. I don't know why y'all making it like, yo, Chance, it's a damn shame. Chance ain't going. He's not the little guy. Like, right, like Mason, like Mace told Jay Prince, we not your little niggas, right? He's not the little guy. It don't make no sense the way y'all making it like y'all gotta defend this smaller artist. Well, I think he's pretty much visible. I think if the people wanted to choose him, they would. And that committee got just as much chance to choose him as anybody, right? But you're already making a foregone conclusion. He ain't gonna win. That can't win. He ain't gonna win. How do you know? You don't know nothing. You're basically, you're guessing like everything else. And Joe's already lining it up where if Kendrick win, it was in the bag anyway. You're already going to say that anyway. They're going to take the win before it even happens. They're already setting it up to taint it. That's why people are lashing out at Imani and this, that, and the third. So at the end of the day, my final thoughts on this is basically like this. You can have your opinion. Nobody's going to stop you from having your opinion. But when your opinion moves into, yo, this is fact and G and X ain't better, this and that third, it becomes a problem. When you start saying that Chance is going to get overlooked and he's gonna get damn near blackballed because everyone's just so in love. We so enamored with the album that so is really not as good as they think it is. It's outdated and it's getting old, and we sick of seeing them winning. That stuff turns into hate, gang. I'm just gonna be honest. At some point, it ain't opinion no more. It's hate, and you're trying to make your hate fact. You're trying to make your hate fact, and we ain't having it. And on that note, this is what I'm gonna say. Kendrick being a Grammy darling is irrelevant, because the simple fact of the matter of, if the Grammys like him, it's for a reason. If he winning Grammys, they're saying he's doing good work, he's doing enough numbers, he's doing everything right. Right? You know how you got that one kid in class that's mad annoying because the teacher love him, she let him do everything he want to do, right? Take your shoes off, Pedro. Like, he can do whatever he want to do in the class because he gets straight A's, he do everything she asks him, he bang the erasers, do that, he watch the class when she leave. Y'all shut the fuck up, you know you ain't supposed to. He do everything she want to do. He's the class darling, but he doing his job, right? I know the other kids, they sick of his ass, but she love him because guess what? He doing everything he supposed to do. And then some. Extra credit. He helping motherfuckers with their homework. He doing what he need to do. He getting his job done. And that's what Kendrick doing. He doing his work. He got his head down. He ain't bothering nobody, right? He just beat the shit out of one kid in school one day because the kid, everybody hated that kid. He didn't really like that motherfucker. So he beat that kid's ass. That kid from Canada. Beat his ass one day. And that's the only problem that we had with, that's the only problem you had with him. Other than that, it's no reason to say I don't think he should win. Well, guess what? If the committee thinks he should win, then he gonna win, Mr. Joe Budden. So I know that feels a certain kind of way, but it is what it is. If the culture's good with it, I guarantee you everybody celebrate. Ain't nobody gonna be like, damn, Chance should have won. They're gonna be like, Clips maybe should have won. You may hear a little of that, and I can't argue with nobody. I want the best record to win. How about that? I ain't sick of nobody, right? I ain't sick of nobody. I want the best record to win. I want the best representation of the culture to win. And I damn sure don't want no bubble bath rapper standing up there talking about thank you God, thank everybody. Like, no. I want the best rapper to win. Simple as that. And I'm gonna leave it at that. CLBMG. Let me know what you think. Get in the comments. Listen, man, I don't have no problem with what they said. It's how they said it. It ain't jive well with me. It sound like some dudes sitting over there trying to figure out ways to hate, but not sound like they hating. With backhanded compliments. CLBMG, man. Head on over to black-yeti.com. Let them know who sent you. Every Wednesday night, we go live on The What Show. My Patreon about to drop. I'm going to keep y'all posted on that. I'm going to catch y'all on that flip side. Peace.
Look, mission impossible to drop a few lines without dropping old times when Southern Hill was still a gold mine. When pistol grips was my shit and I sold mine. When Alias was not a show and they told mine. Elevate your mind with high quality THC infused products. BlackYeti.com. Black-Yeti.com.
CLB.
Get my coat, get my sheepskin, grab my wallet, get my pocket knife, and get that hat right there. We out. Grab my pocket knife too. Let's go. When I first came to the city, niggas didn't believe me. I just wanted to join a team and throw assist pass easily. 6 man off the bench, alley-oop pass freely. Suit up for one game and hope a scout might see me. But nah, niggas is greedy, wasn't rocking with him. Unplugged the scoreboard, put a lock on the gym. Told me to power forward, point guard at the rim. And left me with no center and a ball full of phlegm. Not knowing that I'm a dog, a Rottweiler within. With the heart of a pit bull that don't bark for pretend. My bites cut deep, break the bone and the skin. With the level of hustlenomics you do not comprehend. So first I took a block down on the west side end. And then secured a spot with some goons and some kin. And then sent out some flyers, let the games begin. And in 6 months time, the city like that's him. Oh yeah, he the one that moved the hustle to the burbs. And yeah, he the one that knocked the hustlers off the curb. And yeah, he the one that set up shop without a word. And he the one that got it cracking. And all he did was rapping by the Hooters. I kept killers from being shooters. Put a mic in a thug's hand, now he loyal like past fans. Take a man off the streets past the needles and crack cans. Promise mama to keep him safe, then put some food in his face and he'll kill for you. But I don't need him for that. Click, like, click, share. Tell them bitches we back. Share the whole location. Tell them niggas where we at. Cause we out here and we ain't the cheese, we the trap.